Today, Conker will be one happy squirrel because we're making him even richer. But how is that even possible, you may ask? Well, there are actually two methods we can use. One involves a repetitive glitch, and the other requires exploring the game through the chapters menu, where it exhibits some strange behaviors. Characters and dollar bills that should be gone just lounge around like we've never interacted with them before. The interesting thing about the glitch is how the game reacts to the player having more money than they should. So we'll be exploring both of these avenues to see how much we can increase Conker's net worth by, while also documenting whatever strange reaction the game produces in the process. With that, let's see how much money we can add to Conker's existing pile. Let's start by checking out the chapter It's War, since that is the point where we have the most money while also still being able to explore the rest of the game. First level on our list is Barn Boys, and here we can see that not only is the Boob Bounce Beam mission money here, but also the Tunnel Spawn dually. Seemingly Barn Boys, for whatever reason, has been put in a state after the first encounter with Frankie, just during nighttime. Speaking of, next we will try to check if the money inside the barn is back. I don't see the money on the other side of the... I don't see the money on the other side. Oh! Never mind. Okay, so I guess that's my next stop. That should be another $100 rather. That's nice. Let's just say hello to these fuckers. What's up? I never thought to try this. That's funny. Frankie isn't here though. Oh! I did not expect this. Huh. I don't think I've ever been here in this state. That's really cool that you can come back here and... Huh. I was expecting there to be floor here. When I turned around and just seeing a giant chasm instead. It's kinda unexpected. I think it's safer to say that the level state has been put in some weird middle stage between the hay boss fight and the Frankie encounter, since the floor is broken. But thanks to that, we can access our special dollar stacks. Hint hint. There we go. This puts us at 2,510. We're halfway to 3K. I don't think we're gonna be able to make that. I mean, maybe if I know Barn Boys. No, I mean Bat's Tower has at least another 100 that we can get, and we did also check out fuck, what's the place, Ooga Booga. Let's check out Ooga Booga to see what we can do down there and how the place looks at like during nighttime. All right, I don't think there's any more money here I can get. We got the bee money with the big bouncy babe. We got the money inside the barn. We got the money that's in the cave. The rest of the money, like the one on top of the roof, just isn't present. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, there's money up there. That's another 100. Okay, let's go to get that first before we go to Bat's Tower.
Hey, where the f you been, you ginger bastard?
That's rude. I've been in Bat's Tower. No, Barn Boys. Finding some of your brethren.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
Well, when you get to the bank, you're gonna stop laughing. That sounds like a threat for me, but it's not exactly that. Now we can tackle Bat's Tower and climb all the way to the top and collect another $100. And that's it for this area. No, really, the vault is closed, we can't enter, and it's probably for the best since I'm not a big fan of that area. Instead, we'll check out the final money we usually get before the end of the game, located behind the waterfall in Hangover. I might not have to go through here, but I don't feel like... Oh, the loading zone isn't here. Well, that's a problem. Is this loading zone here? Right, it's technically blocked off. Okay, so I guess our only hope is going through here. I don't think I take damage here, so I could just... The money is not here though. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Spooky doesn't have any other money spots that I can think of. Oh, right. Another money we can try to get is on top of the the Poo Mountain. Then we can also check. I'm pretty sure it's close, but the like poo cabin. I'm pretty sure we can get on the one on top of the mountain at least. So that should be another 100. If we can get into the poo cabin, that should be another 100 as well. But I'm pretty sure that one's closed. So I guess our next bet after the poo mountain is Ooga Booga. Because Spooky doesn't have anything to offer. War also doesn't have anything to offer in terms of money. Yeah, back at 10. You can't get in. Okay. I'm kind of just winging it, hoping I don't need a poo ball. I heard the money at least, so that's a good sign.
Hey, somebody get me! Hey, where the you been, you ginger bastard?
All finding your brethren, like I told the last guy. You used that line 3 times now, Conker. You can say cooler stuff. Alright, this puts us at 2,810. It is possible, it seems, to get to 3. If we're lucky down in the Ooga Booga land. If not, we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. But I'm crossing our fingers. I really hope we can get to 3,000 before we head to the final areas of the game. Maybe we can get the money that's deep in the alcove here. By the flush. Because that would be nice. That's another 100, I think. Yes! Oh my god, that's another 100. We can act this. This seems so doable right now. Can we get to 3,000?
Yeah, most fun do it.
You're not gonna get tanked tonight? Fuck me, this. Oh my god, it's so close. 2,910 bucks. Literally just one more. And we're golden. Ow. Oh, I landed here. It's fine. Wait. I think this puts me inside the poo cabin. We'll check that out later. I want. Oh my god, this. I'm curious about everything right now. Oh boy, what? What am I? What the hell? That's what? I've never been hit by poo in this place. What the f? Also, it seems to be daytime here. I don't think anyone expected. Has there always been poo droplets here? I swear, I've never been hit by that ever in this area. Wait, sorry, my brain just got blown. What the hell? Also, it's like, it seems like it's daytime. Or like dawn or something. Oh, there's at least some money up there. That's cool to see. Maybe it's, the sky looks like this because the volcano. Because think about it. During nighttime in Spooky, you can see the glow from the volcano, and it looks kind of interesting. There's one. Okay, so we're gonna definitely clear 3,000. Holy shit! Let's go. This is 3,000. I'm pretty sure.
Wow! Cool. I can put that for the rest of my dead presidents.
$3,010. I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. Wow. Alright, I know there's at least another 100 that we can get from the exit of Ooga Booga, but there is at least one more dollar note I can think of. Another, maybe 2. So maybe 200 more we can get. One from on top of the dinosaur and one from inside the disco club. We're just gonna have to go explore that. Well, this place is lively. Can I go in here? Yup. Okay, let's check in here first because it's quicker. It's unique to be in this area without the hat, kinda. I don't see the money though. Pretty sure the money would be on the ledge there, and it's not there. So this one's a no-go, it seems. I always love the bongos and the music down here. Or maybe it's just drums. I'm not sure. It sounds like bongos to me. Unlock some music expert. Wait, shouldn't this place be flooded now that I think about it? Ooh, the money's here. Let's go. That's another hundo.
Oh, another wise guy. Come on, then. Cool. I'm gonna have that gold card before you know it.
Hell yeah. That puts us at $3,110. I did not expect us to clear that. We're gonna get at least another 100 from the exit to this place. Okay, well, I had an idea. I don't think this is gonna work because technically during the surf section you're retrieving your money, you're not making money. At least I think that's what happens there. And now that I'm thinking about it, we might be stuck depending on if we can leave back the way we came. Yeah, this place is flooded. Okay. So it's only this place. In my mind, I don't know why I necessarily thought this, but it would like it was this part and the part on the other side that was flooded. Wait, this is inside like a rib cage. I never saw that. Okay, we can't actually progress here because there is no surfboard. The way money during the surfing section functions is an aspect we'll be exploring with the glitch later on. Try saying that 5 times fast. Surfing section functions. Surfing section functions. Oh, it's an exercise. You see, now I'm curious. What would happen if I somehow got up there, you know? Would that break the game? What would the game do? I might come back here with cheats just to see what happens. I'm really curious now. Right, so this puts us in a tiny predicament that I'm gonna have to go experiment with. Can we get back up out of here and retrieve the money that we saw earlier? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's very good. It's pretty cool that they actually have this entire place open. It's sort of like New Game Plus almost, in a weird way. Yep, nice. Can just jump out. Well, this is a problem. The lift is near. So there's no surfboard and there's no lift. That means that's 100 we can't get. Damn. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to get up to that money on the ledge. I tried dying to see if that would lower the lift, which didn't work. I also attempted to use this sign to jump up there, but I couldn't get that to work either. That means after obtaining an additional 900 bucks, we found our first unobtainable spawn dually, which means we would be at plus 1,000 with that money. Kinda sad, but we still have one path left to explore. It does drop us in here. Alright, that gives us another money, I hope. Yes! Another 100, so that puts us exactly at 1,000 plus.
Here I am, you greedy bastard.
Damn, $100 we can't collect. I'm pretty sure that's exactly 1,000. Which is pretty damn cool. I mean, with only $100 missed, we've managed to obtain an additional 1,000 to our 2210 from before, putting us at 3,210 bucks. Pretty cool that the chapters essentially respawn an additional $1,100. However, now it's the time to open Pandora's box and see what that glitch I mentioned earlier will allow us to do. Remember when I foreshadowed that we'd be returning to that money in the barn in an obvious way? Well, that is the dough we'll be using for our duping glitch. That's right, we will be committing forgery. Here's how you do it. Thanks to Gilton for sharing this with me and making this section possible. First, you just do as normal and trigger the get money cutscene. The moment it starts playing, you can just quit the game and it will count the increase to your money pile without removing the little guy. This can be done to infinity and beyond, netting you whatever amount of money you want. At least I'm quite sure this can be done up to 1 million and probably more. I did it until I had 10k, which took 30 minutes, so I'm almost 100% sure it's possible. Though I don't have the patience to do this repetitive action for several hours just to confirm it. However, what I have done is play through most of the game 3 times in order to test what this glitch allows us to do. Can we bypass certain checks without collecting spawn dually stacks from other areas? Why does the money in Windy disappear when we go up to 2,000? And how can this theoretically save time in a speedrun? That's what we'll be checking out now. Let's start by seeing if we can pay Mr. Barrel and Windy with our forged money. If this works, we can start Spooky early by skipping Bat's Tower, Ooga Booga, and all of the poo related matters in between. You technically only need 2,100 to make this work. Now obviously there are reasons to suspect that this won't work. My main concern is that the game doesn't check for how much money you have, but how many money piles you collected, like money locations that you've gone to and collected. So it checks for each of the individual money checks, like in Bat's Tower, in Barn Boys, in Ooga Booga Land. That's what controls if this will work or not, or if the barrel gets activated. He's not even here. That's right, he straight up disappears if you have the money to pay him off earlier than you're supposed to. I even tested it with different amounts of money, and as soon as you pass $2,100, the barrel gets Thanos'd. My next idea is to get up to $2,000 where the barrel is still here, in order to then grab the remaining money in Windy to surpass the required amount for the check. But rare thought of everything. Because collecting another 200 would allow us to activate Mr. Barrel, they decided to program in a failsafe, where the money disappears in case the player somehow manages to make these stars align. The lengths that Rare have gone through in order to avoid sequence breaking is actually astounding. I even double checked by doing the entire Bat's Tower section to make sure my money count was 100% accurate. And that didn't help either. My save file also got sniped by a bug or corruption, it seems, so that's fun. Now, let me be clear. I don't think the devs foresaw the duping glitch and programmed a failsafe for it. Rather, I think they programmed a spawn dually counter as one thing, and the checks for what you've done throughout the game as another. Then, these two systems talk to each other in order to create the different level states you see throughout the game. So, for the barrel to be present with the required money, you also need to trigger certain story events before the game lets you progress. At least that's my theory. I don't have the knowledge to try and dig into the code for this game to confirm it. However, through my observations so far, this is what I think is happening. With that experiment ending in a dud, it leaves us with the second biggest money check, the Border Patrol Weasels by Ooga Booga. To access these turds, we have to fight the bull to unlock the shitballs to enter Pooh Mountain to fight the Great Mighty Pooh. For now, I'm ignoring Bat's Tower in the vain hope that it isn't required. Knowing this game's track record though, I am not holding my breath. The guts is playing. It worked! I am pleasantly surprised that worked without tackling Bat's Tower first. However, before seeing if Mr. Barrel will be happy about this, we got some other effects from this glitch to cover. First on our list is during the raid party where you pee on all the rocks. My question is if you have to pick up the money now that we've done this glitch in order to trigger the cutscene. Turns out, you have to do so. With that in mind, I'll start counting the amount of money that is unavoidable due to cutscenes or simply the money being in our path. You'll see why later. Next, we have the Surfing Jackass section, where we finally find out that the game does count our real amount and not just the expected amount for our returns when we bash these heads in. But the real reason I brought this section up is to count the additional 100 bucks we get from finishing this race. Next area of interest is back up at Windy, where you have to do the second retrieval mission for an additional $400 and to trigger Mr. Fuck. Okay, turns out you actually have to do Bat's Tower in order for this picky bastard to spawn. Thankfully, we don't have to do the rest of Barn Boys, and we save time on not watching the cutscenes from the other money piles we don't have to pick up. Meaning, to beat the game and not waste your time with money forgery, you only need to go until you have 1600. Actually, 1500, thanks to the 10 bucks you get from the catfishes. See, Conker, you don't need to be mad. You have unlimited money. With the $1,500 combined with the unavoidable 600 bucks from the story, we'll have exactly 2,110 bucks. The perfect amount for us to pay off Mr. Barrel. The questions we have to ask if this glitch is to be viable for the speedrun are if the time saved from not doing the second half of Barn Boys and the time saved from avoiding the cutscenes that other monies make you sit through outweighs the normal route. Well, I didn't know this until literally right now as I'm writing the sentence for the script, but this 80% speedrun by Hollow Darkness uses the Sponduli duping glitch. That saves me some time putting together a proof of concept, so thanks for that. However, this also means a lot of the headache I just put myself through was kinda pointless, and I only have myself to blame for not doing more thorough research. Well, it's cool to see I was on the right track at least, and the 90% category stays around an hour and 10 minutes from what I can compare to the 100% category. Something that's worth noting is that Hollow only dupes 5 times until they have 700 bucks, since the time it would take to get up to 1600 is longer than just tanking a few cutscenes with big piles of money. They also do something similar with the money inside Pooh Mountain after finishing the boss fight, getting a quit warp in as well. Honestly, it is really interesting to see how different this run is compared to a chapters or 100% run. I also saw an optimization I could add to my jumpless challenge run from some time ago inside Pooh Cabin. Only one jump would be needed if I used this, but now I'm getting sidetracked. All I gotta say is wow. The absolute bizarre nature of this game's coding is wild to experience. On one hand, you have the sophisticated manner in which story mode is programmed to avoid any sequence breaking and forces you to explore all the areas to at least a certain extent. While on the other, the chaotic nature of the chapters menu boggles the mind, giving it an experience akin to an unfinished beta build. It's fun seeing the contrast between the two and learning more about the speedrun through experimenting with the mechanisms of the duping glitch. I would love to hear what you think about all this down in the comments, and if you want more of this game's weirdness, you can check out the video on the left. With that, thank you for watching. It really means a lot that you give my videos a fair shot and watch them all the way through. I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.